Hey juniors, I hope everybody is well and safe. I wanted to still have my junior talk, even though it seems now it's turned into a junior lecture. I was going to come into your classes at the end of March, but little did we know this was going to happen. But I want you to know I'm still available for you. I'm still here to help you and support you any way that I can. Everybody doesn't need support, but sometimes we need support sometimes. So anyway, just let me know whatever I can do to help you. So today I just wanted to talk little bit about the college process. And we know the college process is different for everyone. Our beliefs about college and the process is not even the same. The one thing I do want to communicate is my belief. And when I'm talking about college, I'm talking about things as a blanket for the masses because I'm trying to reach as many students as possible. And you have to take information that you get, whether it's from me or from a school or what have you, and you have to cater it to your situation and how it works for you. So, as far as beliefs and perspectives, this is just a few of the items that I believe in reference to college. I don't believe college is for everyone right after high school. I believe that some students need to look at a gap year. I believe that the pathway to success, however you define it, there are many pathways. I don't believe that there's only one pathway that everyone needs to go. I believe in exploring options. One thing you're always going to hear me say is give yourself options. Don't ever limit yourself. Have choices and items that you can pick from and not just be stuck with one thing. I believe in gap years. I believe in community college. I believe in state schools, private school, military, going to work right after college, online college. I believe that there is no right pathway for just everybody. I believe you have to figure out your pathway to success, and only you and your family can decide that. We all know paying for college is important, and GPA and standardized test scores are going to be your biggest money maker as far as obtaining money for college. We'll still complete our scholarship shop and mail it to your house every month, even though we may move it to maybe a social platform, but we'll still look for scholarships that are local and that are helpful to you. That's something we're committed to doing. That your GPA and standardized test score is going to be your biggest option for money. You completed your ACT in March as far as the school level, and that was the first time for some, not the first time for the majority. You may want to consider the SAT. Most schools will take either or. It's not like you have to pick and decide one. The ACT you can take up to 12 times. SAT you can take as many times as you want. There is no limit. Most of you by now know in September, you no longer have to take the entire test if you're trying to get a sub-test score up. You're able just to take that particular sub-test. And I think you also know that ACT now will add a super score to your composite. As far as when I say give yourself options, think about your college process because it's different for everyone. Be creative and strategic and see how can I get through with the least amount of debt as possible. Community college. I believe community college has its place. I believe in taking classes during the summer at a community college because it's cheaper. You're home, you take a couple of classes and you can end up graduating a year early if you're dedicated to doing that. And that's what I mean by be strategic. Think about what's going to work best for you in your situation. As far as choosing a college, determine your criteria. What things are important to you? What's important to you may not be important to somebody else. The type of school. Are you wanting to go to an Ivy school? Are you wanting to go to an HBC? Look at the majors that the schools offer, the size. Some students want huge populations, whereas others want small or medium. Look at the location, the cost, the selectivity of the university. the tolerance level of not only the university, but maybe the town that the university may be located in. And then make a healthy list. Do online searches. Don't forget about your Cooter account that you set up in the 8th grade. That's a great resource that oftentimes students forget about. Your College Board account is a great resource. I feel like often goes underutilized. Talk to people schools that they went to, other old classmates. Just do your own research off of your criteria. Narrow your list down. We usually ask that you apply to a minimum of 5 schools, but that may not be feasible for everybody. And that's what I mean by, just because we ask it, you have to do what's right for you, what's best for your situation. Start your college application process early, but don't start it too early. In the guidance office, we're not going to be ready to get anything, any transcripts, our school profile. Nothing like that is going to be ready until the end of August or the start of September. It takes time for us to gather data and to make the profile, get it printed, get it back. So it is a process. So we will be up and ready, I know, by September, but I cannot promise you by August. In your college application process, make sure you stay organized. Get a folder, a planner, or something, make a spreadsheet, and have items such as the cost of attendance, college application deadlines, the GPA that's needed for a particular scholarship that you're trying to get, the test score that's needed. So just put all those items down so you can look at it and kind of it help guide you and help you make good choices. So one thing I definitely want to talk about is the Common App. We hear it a lot. A lot of students talk about the Common App, but what it is, it's a platform that over 600 colleges and universities participate. It's a single application process that is accepted by all of those participating members. It still has individual school application fees, so it's not just one set fee that covers all colleges. It's a time saver. There may be additional supplemental requirements depending on the school. And we do charge a one-time fee for Common App when we put that on your transcript. When you're looking at the Common App, look at everything you need and plan ahead. Look at the recommendations that you're going to need. Look at the essays or supplemental materials that they may require. So when you get ready to sit down and do those applications, you're prepared. Even if you do it in chunks at a time, just make sure you know everything that's expected so you can be prepared and ready. Make sure that you know when deadlines are. One thing that I do not like to do, I do not like to wait to the last minute. If there's something you need from the guidance office, give us enough time so we can make sure we have it out in a timely manner, and make sure you give us enough time so we can make sure it is there on time for you. I don't believe in waiting to the last minute for anything. I'm a person that always thinks you never know what can happen, so I want to have as much done as possible. So let's talk about the types of admissions. There is regular decision, which is what most of you will apply. You will do regular decision. There's a set deadline to submit applications and a set deadline for a response. A rolling admission accepts applications on a continuous basis within a large window of time. Decisions are also made on a continuous basis. Deferred decision. It does not mean you are rejected, but applicants will be reconsidered and the applicant will be notified at a later date. So somebody that may have a deferred decision, university at a specific time will come back and reevaluate and then get back with you. Early action plans are non-binding. Students apply early and find out a decision early, and then early decision is binding. If accepted, you commit to attend to that particular school. An open admission is basically unselective and non-competitive. Anytime you need a transcript sent anywhere, you have to do a request. And that's if it is an official transcript. If it is an unofficial transcript, you do not need to come to the guidance office and get a request form. Unofficial, you are able to print it out of iNow. You're able to use the transcript that I'll give you at the beginning of the year. But if it is official, that means that we have to send it off. The school is required to send it off. So that's something that's big. Official and unofficial. Unofficial, you can send it off. Official, the school has to send it off. And with transcripts, if you are under the age of 18, a parental signature is required. We are not able to release your information to any agency, school, or what have you without the permission of your parents. As far as your test scores to schools when you're doing your application, you are responsible for getting your ACT, SAT to the schools of your choice. That does not come from LAMP, that comes from the College Board or ACT. So that's something that students sometimes have a problem remembering. Well, how we're going to pay for college is a biggie. So financial aid. Financial aid is money that is given, earned, or lent to help students pay for their education. Financial aid is based on need and not judgment. It is calculated on an analysis of your family's ability to contribute to the institution's cost. Of course, the cost will vary from institution to institution. Therefore, students' need will vary from institution to institution. We have something called the FAFSA. The FAFSA is how you will apply for the financial aid. You will need tax information from your parents, but the FAFSA now is so much easier than the FAFSA of the past. Most of that information can be pulled from a portal, pulled directly from your parents' taxes, and then you have just a few other items or pieces of information that you will have to submit. Oftentimes students feel like, oh, my family is not going to qualify for financial aid. That doesn't matter. If you're expecting or if you're offered a merit-based scholarship, most institutions, especially state institutions, are not going to release scholarship money without having a FAFSA on file. You may start your FAFSA October 1st of 2020. So that's a date you might have on your calendar. You don't have to start it in October. You can start your FAFSA in January. But, we always encourage students to apply early, complete it early so you can get it to whatever schools you want to send it to. And then that helps them to get their packet or whatever they're going to offer you together. So hopefully we'll have some, at least one financial aid workshop for someone that may need information on FAFSA. When we talk about types of financial aid, we have scholarships, money awarded for a specific area that does not have to be paid back. We have grants, financial aid that does not have to be repaid. Generally, grants are for undergraduate students, and the grant amount is based on need, cost of attendance, and or your enrollment status. Work study is part-time employment by the institution to help pay tuition costs. Loans, money for school that is required to be paid back. Of course, FAFSA is distributed on a first come, first served basis. So that is why, we encourage you to apply early. As far as loans are concerned, obviously you want to complete school with a minimum, preferably no amount of debt. If you have to get debt, think about saving that for graduate school as opposed to undergrad. Student athletes, if you plan on playing a sport at the next level, you have to register on the NCAA clearinghouse. I will not know that NCAA needs your information unless you fill out a request and let me know. So students who are interested in playing sports during their college career should speak with their college and or athletic director about eligibility. If you plan on participating in NCAA Division I or II, or even NAIA Division I or II, you must register through the NCAA clearinghouse. And that's something else that you want to do early. So once again, that's pretty much just general basic information. If you need anything from me, let me know. Stay safe, finish strong, and I will see you, class of 2021.